On today's episode of Performance TV, Kathy and Robert put some new stopping power on a classic car. We check out a new way to remove that Jeep top. We show you a product that will clean those rusty spoons, and we give a classic ride an audio upgrade.
Welcome to this week's Performance TV. Hey, you might be in the middle of a restoration like the guy is on this 67 Chevy 2 over here. I've got something for the inside of the car. How about being able to listen to all of your music from your Bluetooth and still keep it looking factory without having to cut up the dash? Custom Auto Sound, which were the originators and the innovators in this type of radio system, they're celebrating their 40th year, and they're doing it with built-in Bluetooth. Now, you used to be able to add the Bluetooth to all of their different radios, but now it's all done for you with the USA 740. Not only are you going to have Bluetooth, be able to make telephone calls, be able to listen to all of your music, but you're going to have a lot of other great options as well. 300 watts, 7 different LCD colors, so you can make it match the colors of your dash. You can dim those. You can also add USB ports. Now, even though it has 300 watts, you can still add an amplifier. And for some folks, hey, they still like to listen to CDs, so they've got an option for that as well. So not only the radio, but we're going to have a whole package by the time we're done with this 67 Nova. 6x9 speakers. They're up to 200 watts, and every speaker is tested in-house for quality control at Custom Auto Sound. We're also going to be adding some nice 6.5 speakers to the front of the car with these newer kick panels that Custom Auto Sound also handles all of this in-house in their factory in California. Pretty easy to install. I'm sure Robert won't have a problem. Let's check in.
Well, Kathy, I've already put the speakers in and run my wires. I've taken out the old stereo, which was really quite simple. And you can see when I hold them next to each other, it's going to be a direct factory replacement. There's no screwing any new holes or anything like that. Super easy. First thing I'll do is I'll connect my wiring harnesses here. All right, tuck my wires back up here. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is driving this car with Bluetooth, talking on my cell phone and hands-free. Now I've just got a couple of screws here, and they're a little small, so I think it's easier to put them in with a socket and just hold that like that. And they should go right in this hole. Got it there. Perfect. The hardest part is just not dropping them or losing them. All right, there we go. Let me grab that socket again and tighten it up. Pretty soon, Kathy thinks she's going to be playing her music. I'm going to put my Bluetooth on this before she gets a chance. Okay, just like that. That's nice and snug. Tighten this one down a little bit before I take my wrench. Tighten them the final way. Go. Now you don't want to over tighten these. It's old metal, and just enough to keep it snug and keep it from moving, just like that. Now the new bezel fits right on here. There we go, just like that. The nuts. It's going to hold that bezel on. Don't forget the washer. Washer goes on. Nut goes on. Now these are easy to cross thread too, so be careful when you're putting them on. They should spin on freely. Just like that. And notice the classic look. It looks just like the stereo that I took out, with the one exception of the external speaker jack right there. Okay. We'll snug these down. Just like that. Make sure the bezel is up above the radio. Okay, we're almost done here. Got to get the bezel above the stereo just like that. Now we can run our nuts in. There we go. Just like that. Let me get my other nut right over here. Goes on. This is something anybody can do at home. It's really pretty simple. The only step that's left is putting my knobs on. All right. And again, you can only put them on one way, so don't be afraid of them. Just stick them on. Just like that. Like that. All right, we're ready to turn this on and see how it sounds. Hey, Kathy, you want to hear it?
Oh, absolutely, Robert. Let me go ahead and get my phone. Let's go ahead and pair it up.
Oh no, way too late, Kathy. Here you go.
That is really cool. Nice job on that, by the way. Yeah, you want to find out more? All you have to do is go to customautosound.com and check out their brand new USA 740 radio. We'll be right back with more of Performance TV after this. That's genius.
Performance TV is being brought to you by EvapoRust, super safe rust remover, Scoggin Dickey, the first choice for performance crate engines at the most competitive prices in the world, Titus Performance, the largest cubic inch capacity of any small block Ford bar none, and by Race Star Wheels, high performance alloy wheels for passenger automobiles and a variety of racing vehicles.
Welcome back to Performance TV. So let's say you have a Jeep. Well, one of the fun things about having a Jeep is being able to take the top off, go outside and enjoy it in the elements. But if you're by yourself, how in the world are you going to take the top off? We've got a way to fix that. That's why we brought in Fred Hall with Alien Technologies and the Top Lift Pros. One person, all by themselves, Fred?
Correct, yes.
How did this all come about?
Came about years ago when I had the hoist system, and I just decided it's a very archaic system, and I wanted something with key elements, one person. I wanted something secure, safe, and mobile, and no hassle of installation of a hoist in the garage. I wanted everything free.
So the Top Lift Pros going to come in a couple of boxes. How long does it take to put it together?
Takes about an hour, okay? And it's essentially nuts and bolts, and then a puzzle. But we, complete instructions. We have instructions on video too, so you can pause and play as well.
And this thing looks like it's going to roll around nice and easy because not everyone's going to have the same nice garage floor surface. They may be out on, pebbles or something like that where you can kind of move around.
Right, yes. We have a lot of systems in Florida are pavers. So on pavers, it's very rough. We have a very nice system where it's a 4-inch caster and it rolls excellent on there. And if your driveway has an incline, we have lockers, which also locks it in place in your garage.
That's going to make a big difference too. So the first thing that we would need to do would be to take out, 3 screws?
Takes out, it's 3 screws each side, 1 on each side the top, 8 screws total, and then your freedom panels.
All right, we get the freedom panels out. The next thing we're going to be able to do, all by ourselves, remember, we'll go ahead and get this door open. And we're going to roll this thing in here and see how easy it is to lift this off. Now, something else, if you would have had a system from before, like you had, putting it back on would have been a pain too.
Correct. Yes.
But not with the, not with this unit.
No, this is one-person operation, off and on.
Out of the way. And there you go. And you can just move it right around. Now, it looks like it's relatively steady and sturdy.
Yes, this is not going to go anywhere. It's on there. It's very secure, very safe, and we also have an added feature to keep it. This is when you're storing it. So we have 2-door, and then we have an extension for the 4-door.
That's right. This is, even though our Jeep that we have here is the 4-door, this unit, the Top Lift Pros, can be used with either one because that's why you even have the opening down the center because there's a ridge in some of the newer 2-doors, correct?
Correct. Yes, 2-door models have a ridge down the center so we can accommodate that.
Well, something else too to keep in mind, not everybody has a lot of room in their garage, so what about storage?
Storage is a great feature. This is extremely efficient for storing, and what we can do is just, you put these in place, and then you can roll it right around, and I can show you exactly how it would store in your garage.
So basically what you're saying is we're going to flip it around and we'll drive the Jeep into it to be able to store it.
Exactly, yes.
Wow,
so if you have a very tight space for a garage, this is the ultimate unit.
So as the name states with Top Lift Pros, you can easily lift the top right off whether it's a 2- or 4-door Jeep, but there's also some other things that you can lift off too. Fred, you have some additional accessories for this unit.
Yes, we do. We have a door lift accessory.
Door lift. Now, That's about the only door lift I've ever heard of before with this type of thing.
Yes, we are the only unit that I believe that will actually lift each door off at a time, and then you can store your doors efficiently in your garage or on a cart system or whichever.
So is that like a self-balancing?
It's a self-balancing door lift, and then you have basically driver's side, passenger side front, and then rear doors. So it'll just pluck it off like 3 fingers very easily, and it self-balances so that it won't nick or tarnish your paint at all.
Oh, and speaking of that, you know, this unit's been put together very well. It's all powder coated. You also have a warranty on it too.
1-year warranty, yes, but everything's built very, very well. And essentially, we got very minimal parts to go wrong, cable, caster, or spring. That's about it.
Okay, so we have our top off, and you know, not everybody's fortunate enough to have a lot of room in their garage.
Correct.
So let's say you don't, but you're not going to store this thing outside. You need to keep it in the garage. How are we going to do that?
Very easily. Most efficient for garages.
Just go ahead and take that out. We'll have our bars back in, and can we just drive right into it? Drive the nose of the Jeep into it?
Yes, very easily. Yes, and you can get right up about 16 inches away from your back wall when you have it in place.
Absolutely perfect. And as easy as it was to take the top off, you'll also be able to put the top back on all by yourself. You want to find out more about how you can get one, topliftpros.com, and we'll have more of Performance TV right after this.
Performance TV coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Performance TV. If you have an item that you want to get rid of the rust on it, well, we have a super safe, very effective way to do that. David Harris with EvapoRust. David, this stuff works on everything. Paint, chrome, I mean, you don't have to worry about it ruining anything but the rust's life.
Right. You just drop your parts into it. It absorbs all the rust. But the nice thing is it won't hurt you. You can put your hands in it. It's safe. It's simple. It doesn't have any bad odors. It's not flammable. It's easy to use, and it's reusable. So you drop your parts in, pull them out, rinse them with water, dry them, and you're ready to go again.
Well, you know, we deal with different times of the year where we've got it's cold temperatures, warm temperatures. Do we need to keep that in mind, what temperature it is when we're using EvapoRust?
Yeah, it works better above 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
As it gets colder, chemicals slow down. So you want to get it above 65, and you can get it up to as hot as 120. It doesn't hurt it at all.
Like David said, we've got a whole container of it here, and there is absolutely no smell whatsoever. And we can do this, don't have to worry about it. That's what's nice about EvapoRust, besides
Right.
the fact that it really works.
It really works,
Yes.
exactly.
So we have all different kinds of items here. I mean, everything from tools. We have the gas tank for the little mini bike, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
so
we're
going
just
to go ahead and
going to
get it in
dunk
here.
a bunch of goodies in here. We're going to start off with the mini bike gas tank, and we'll just drop it in there, and I'm going to fill it up. We do a lot of gas tanks. We're just going to fill it up and let it sit there, and we can see how it works when we get it like there. We're going to throw in things. I mean, here's some really nice pieces. I mean, you wouldn't throw that into anything else because you wouldn't get your little Indian back. I mean, you
Exactly.
just drop him in there, let him de-rust underneath. Some tools, chrome parts. Don't worry about it. Throw it in. It'll eat the rust without hurting the chrome. Any of these little parts, we're going to drop them all in there, let them soak, and then we'll come back
And take a look at it, yeah, because we don't have to worry about it. It's not going to hurt the paint. It's not going to hurt the chrome. It's just going to get rid of the rust. Now, normally,
Fit it
for
all
some
in.
of these items, I mean, some of them are pretty rusty. How long do we usually need to let things sit?
I'll usually, something that's got a pretty good coat of rust, I just put it in the afternoon, take it out the next morning, rinse it with water, and it's clean.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and leave some of these things sit in the EvapoRust here for a few while you check this out. So you're out in the garage and you're looking around for something and you come across this part and it's like, why did I save this? What is it for? Well, that's where rockauto.com can come in. And Tom, rockauto.com is a great tool to help you figure out what a particular part is on a car or that you found in the garage.
That's right. Yeah, if you're like me, you have parts that you stored, you don't remember why, and they could be there forever. Here's an example. This was a part on my van that was clicking, and I wasn't sure what it was, but it had the original equipment part number on it, easily legible. You can just go to part number search at Rock Auto, and type in the part number. Some part numbers are easier to read than others.
Certainly.
This is an example where it's there, but it's partly obscured with grease and stuff. You can just type in part of the part number or the whole part number. Here, I'm not going to type the whole thing in, just start it, and then I'll put an asterisk for where I stop
Okay.
and hit enter. You can see there's an image that matches, looks just like this. It's an idle air control valve. You can click on the part number of any of these, and it'll pull up all the different vehicles it fits.
Oh, wow.
So I can say, okay, yeah, that's my van, and so it's the idle air control valve for a Chrysler. And that's really helpful because idle air control valves look very different depending on the brand of vehicle.
So Tom, rockauto.com, not only an excellent tool to help us figure out what some of these parts are laying around the garage or on our vehicle, but when you need those parts, Rock Auto has you covered. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. All right, David, we have given the EvapoRust a couple of hours to do its magic, so let's see the results.
Well, let's pull them out of here. Let's start off with this chrome piece right here. You can see the chrome is completely fine. We'll rinse it in water,
Okay.
and we'll have a nice.
And look, the rust's still coming out.
The
Check
rust
that
is
out.
gone.
I mean, look at that line.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing.
Without damaging anything else.
Right. And,
So you
and
got that.
obviously there's paint on this hubcap too, and it didn't touch any of the paint. The chrome still looks great.
Here's some more odd pieces that we just had in there, and you can just see it eats the rust down to the bare metal, and when it gets to the metal, it'll stop. This is fairly thin stuff, but there's not a problem with it at all.
Absolutely. All right.
Set that
So
over there. We're still rolling through stuff here. Let's check our little radiator cap here. You can
Wow.
see it did not damage him at all, and it removed all the rust from the inside.
in
of
from
it
the
there.
inside, yeah, because that was
Yeah.
pretty caked in there too.
It really was. He's in good shape.
The one I'm interested in seeing, I can't wait till we get to the tank and see how much actually comes out of that tank.
There's some tools that we threw in there, and this is really good for tools. If you've got antique tools
Right?
and they're rusted up on you and you want them to look nice, just throw them in. It won't hurt anything. Even if they've got wood handles on them, it will not hurt them.
That's right. It's only going to work on the rust, and that's it. Yeah, David, let's check out
A rusty
our tank. I mean, just take a look at the color of our liquid here, of our EvapoRust, compared to where we started. It has definitely changed. Look at all of that coming out of there.
All that rust.
And this is just from a couple of hours. I mean, if you have something that's, you know, pretty nasty inside or whatever, you can let this product sit
Look at the rust.
overnight. And
Look
look
at
at
the
the rust still coming out of there.
pouring out of
You
there.
want to find out more about EvapoRust, all of the different sizes that the product is available in, just go to their website, evapo-rust.com, and you can find out all about it and where the product is available. We'll have more for you coming up just minutes away here on Performance TV.
Performance TV is being brought to you by Chinwai Don't Made Easy. ATI Performance, race to win. Tapeworks Graphics, transform your wheels in 30 seconds. And by Dustless Plastic, it's the future of surface operation.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Robert, you know we got a little extra time today, so what do you say we work on the Mustang?
Sure. So we've got this 1966 Ford replica Mustang body. We're going to put in the lower A-frame today. We've already got the K-frame in, and you can see why they call it a K-frame from the shape.
Absolutely.
And of course, the lower A-arm. You can see why they call it an A-arm.
Yes.
So we've got everything lined up. Why don't we go ahead and put this in?
Okay.
All right. If you can help me with the front side
If
there.
we get it lined up good. This,
Well, usually this takes just a little tap. There we go. All right. Now let's.
work it in.
There we go. That looks pretty good. Let me see if I can slide a bolt in here.
Ta-da.
And one in on this side. Move that up and down for me a little bit.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. You just let that hang down there.
Here, those are for you. All right, now we're not going to tighten this all up till we get everything together. We're just going to kind of loose fit it to make sure all the parts assemble nice and easy.
Exactly.
All right, now it's time for the strut.
You know, I noticed something on here. This is going to be a really nice suspension system. This even has the ring on it for the anti-lock brakes. So this older classic type car, drive like a brand new one.
It's going to be a lot of fun to drive once we get it together.
Absolutely.
Bunch of special features on it.
Okay.
All right.
You gonna feed that up through there?
Here, why don't we put, I guess we need to put this on first here.
Line this up.
All right, there we go. Let me see if I can get the top on so we don't have to hold it.
Get it in there without killing your hands.
All right, I'm having just a little problem with this back bolt here. Can we get that up a little bit? That's it. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, gotta love working with that tool.
You know, when I was in the Air Force, we called that a crew chief tool. If you couldn't get it to fit, you grabbed the crew chief tool.
Make it work.
Okay. All right, I got those on finger tight. We'll lift our lower A-frame up.
You can slide that in there.
There we go. 1 and 2. Boy,
There we
that's
go.
pretty slick.
Help with that. Would you hand those to me?
All right.
Slide them on. Got it.
Now it's going to be fun driving this classic automobile and yet being able to keep up with the new cars.
Oh, absolutely. You know what's another thing about it's nice working on this? There's no fender in our way. Everything's new, everything's clean.
It's clean, we don't have grease all over our hands.
There we go.
You know, Kathy, I sure would like to get some nice ceramic brake pads on this.
Well, you know what? We check out rockauto.com. We'll not only be able to get the ceramic brake pads, we'll also be able to get slotted rotors, everything all in one kit so we don't have to worry about, getting the wrong part.
That's nice. Let's go ahead and do that.
All right, rockauto.com, we'll take care of that. So we'll need to finish up the other side and that type of thing. We'll get the brakes coming for this. And you know what? That's all the time that we have for this week here on Performance TV. If you have a product that you would like to see featured on television, all you have to do is email jeff@masterstv.com and we'll see you next time around for more Performance TV.